Hey guys, Tara here. Welcome back to the GT Online video. This time, as you've seen by the title, there's going to be quite a bit of me starting at the back, which... what? There's a space between me and the car in front, so this game really wanted me to start at the back in this race. Gonna try to find a way to the inside, this car in front is blocked off to the inside, so I have to find a way around the outside. There's a green Nero going somewhere side of the head with a crash already, and we'll be taken by the Nero, of course, and now they're just ramming me completely sideways. What are you doing, Nero? But somehow they are facing the wrong way, so karma for them. And I was down into 5th, well I say up into 5th, since we actually started last. Well actually, we started in 10th of 9 people because there's a gap in front of us, so we're already getting close to us. I think Slipstream might go. I think I saw a few Slipstream lines from whatever car's behind us then. Yeah, Slipstream definitely going to find a way now. What car is that? Well, it doesn't matter because they are no more. Now we're up into 4th, so already one place off the podium within 40 seconds. Now Vegas ran out completely wide and moved on the drift around that corner, but well, we're up into the podium positions and well, if we can keep making this kind of rapid progress, it shouldn't be too long until we're onto the car in front. We run out a bit wide around that corner there and take out the post, but I don't think that's actually causing issues. The car behind us is actually nowhere to be seen now, so now we can just try and chase down after the leading pair. And it's like we are gaining on confidence now. Someone has to quit the race, so we're already down to 8 runners. Well, we started with 10 and we're down to 8 within the first minute and 10 seconds, and we just about got around the corner, turning way too early there. But somehow we managed to get around the corner. Now we're catching up to the car in front of us now, which I think might be a stock car. I think it's an X80 Proto, but I think it's stock, whatever it is. And I'm going to run out a bit wide again. We've understood now. I'm going to try and just hold it here down the pavement. And we actually made that work. There's not the best line in the world. See that the stock car actually pulled away from us. I'm going to try to find a way to go around the outside of them, but they blocked the line. We're actually really good there. Just say this stock car is doing some really good defending actually. Now they go to the inside line, try to find a way around the outside. I try and go for the switch on line. He's up and absolutely park it on the apex. So you have to brake there and let them back through. And they're doing whoever it is putting up a mega defense drive in a stock car. I don't even think I could do this kind of defensive driving. Now coming now into the second to last corner, trying to look for you on the outside, go for the outside line, look for a switch back, but it wasn't going to, just a bit too far in front. And now coming around the final corner, now we can put the power down, so surely there's no way in defend us now. Stock car versus upgraded Zentorno, and we're just going to blast past them now in a straight line now onto lap 2, trying to look back on the inside. We just ran a bit wide, but that's pretty much spooked off the track, so we have to take a wide line. And trying to find a way back up our inside once again to go to the inside line now for this next corner. They give us a bit of a nudge of the inside, but again they go way far to the inside, cut off their own line. So I think that's us now into second place, but that was still a mega defense drive. GG to whoever that was in that stock car. And I'm moving a bit further on. I'm actually catching up now to the leader of the race. I think this is the car in front of us. The car in front of us anyway, but it's probably the leader. I doubt we're going to be lapping anyone in a 4-lap race. And I've called them up, but I can't quite see what the cars are in. I think it might be an Autark. That's the car they're in, so on paper I think the Autark's faster than the Zentorno, but what we're doing actually is set a new fastest lap, 1 minute 50.7. I have no idea if that's any good, but well, it's clearly the fastest lap we've ever done around the circuit, so clearly finding some good pace here over that, the Autark in the lead. We are still catching them, but of course through the corners, that's where they have the advantage, but whatever we're doing, we've caught them up somehow, so unless they made a mistake somewhere, I think when the pace is pretty even between the two of us. But now coming into the second section, I'll take our post, but thankfully we'd actually managed to spin out from that, so we can keep going now. As we go now into the technical part of the lap, the Autark runs out a bit wide, they lose a bit of momentum, we have to cut off the curb in there, but otherwise we just run over some pedestrians. So pedestrians always spawn in the one place you don't want them to. Now the Autark gets defensive to the inside line, but it's just we're too far behind them, so they're just costing themselves time without even having to defend their position yet. Now I don't know, all over the back now of the Autark, trying to look for the inside line. They just completely cut us off there and we take them out again, so we have to wait for them and drop a lamppost on our spoiler, but thankfully I should get away with that, and that's given them a bit of time to pull away in front now. Going into this hairpin, can we get the turn right? Just about. Well, I think we turned in a little bit too early there once again, but managed to get away with it this time. So that's given when we've caught up the lead. The Autark can they get a bit of a slide on the air at the exit. Now we're going to pull side by side now, with the Autark's going to be a drag race now down and going into the south sector of the lap. We managed to make the move ahead of the Autark, but now we have to go defensive to the inside line. I know the Autark's going to try and come back to us now, take the inside line. He's a bit hit at the back of us, but we managed to actually get a boost from that. So all they've done there by hitting us is allowed us to pull away. Now if we can just get the next few corners okay, then we should be able to pull away and try and consolidate this lead. See that they've still got the slipstream lines from behind us, so they aren't going to be gaining, but you know what slipstream's like when you go around the corner. Now it's going to plant the throttle here around the outside of us. Now the slipstream lines have disappeared, so I think we may have pulled away from them now. But I forgot, look down there, I can't even actually see them, so I think the slipstream round corners has caught out another victim, because it's just impossible to drive with slipstream around the corners. Then moving a bit further on now, onto the final lap, and there's a lap car, that green Nero from the start. We just managed to get around without them actually taking us out for the second time in this race. But now coming around the second to last corner, they've still got switching behind us, and now coming around the final corner. Now can we lap the Banshee before the end of the race? Coming up now to the finish line. We're going to win this race by setting our personal best lap, and well, that's one of the last to first. Now looking at this person who actually held us up, actually they're at level 9. At level 9 has held us up and put up a mega defense for about half a lap, was it? Now they got a bit of a slide on there. Oh, they've really gone downhill ever since we got past them, but still they're in third. They're going to get a podium position, and they're at level 9. They put up a mega defense to us, so GG to Mr. Killer, I think that was their name. Now coming on to the main race now of the video, this is what is going to be the official last to first, well, near enough last to first. And starting way down the order now in 20th, the car in front of us got absolutely nowhere, and of course the car in front of us is the one that always goes nowhere. So I've been a huge cluster race where we get caught up in that. I'm being smashed actually round the right way by that neon, is it, round the outside? Now trying to get rid of this. There's been another huge crash in turn 2. We've gone round the outside there, just fighting away round the outside now. We're up into 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th. We're up into the top 10 already after 2 corners, after starting 20. We made up 11 positions in the first 25 seconds. They're going to go wide here, and someone else tries to take us out. But now that gives that XA21 to the inside line. We actually get a really decent run. Surprisingly, he actually managed to outpower the XA21 out of the corner now, gaining on the back now of another T20 now. I'm just coming up now into, well, a very long straight now. Going to go into brakes. We need to brake a bit more there. We just managed to get away with that, luckily. You know, all over the back now of this T20, they brake out. You're going to try and find a way around the outside. We have to back out that. I can't quite find a way around. There's a bit of a nudge there from that green XA21. They shot us into the fence now. We've gone to the neon in front of us, trying to go side by side now with the neon. And the neon's just going to try and put us into the wall. What are you doing? Why? Why do people do that? You're in a proper contact lobby race properly. I mean, they've got the massive acceleration advantage, and now we need to try and get back past them now. They've just completely put themselves into the wall, and I'm going to nudge them even more into the barrier, so karma for them, I guess. Now we're up into 6th, so despite being put into the fence, we've actually had a really good start to this race. I think all of this is really just because we actually survived the first corner and the start line crashes as well, so I think everyone in front of us has actually survived crashes so far, but there's been another crash in front here, just like between 2 XA21s, and now they're going to go side by side now into the left hand, and they completely wipe each other out, and now we're up into P4. So we've had a mega start to this race, and that's the podium position right in front of us. The guy in front of us, though, is a Wagner, so you think the Wagner would have the advantage, but actually we gained some really good momentum on them, so side of Wagner, they're working towards us. Let's be good. Find a way up the inside line. We side by side now with the Wagner. We run out a bit wide there into a pole and into another pole as well. So that's going to kill our speed slightly. Now we're going to have to give them space to the inside line and to defend now to the inside line. Into this right hander. And we just managed to keep it up the inside of that Wagner. We're up to the podium position. But it looks like the 2 cars in front of us on the mini map are absolutely gone at this point. So they must have been the ones that started at the front and just somehow managed to avoid absolutely everything. But now we've come out of the slow speed corner. This is where the Wagner will have the advantage, because in pure straight line speed, I don't think there's much between the T20 or the Wagner. We can see now we're coming up to a massive hairpin now to take us back onto the second to last straights. Now the Wagner through high speed corners will have the advantage. Now we actually have to brake around that hairpin. And I honestly doubt that the Wagner would have actually had to brake. See that the gain time, so the Wagner can take that hairpin faster than what we can in this T20. Now coming through this high speed chicane, managed to make that work. And I've still got the Wagner right up behind us. But now we're coming in now into what's like the final corner hairpin. And we're going to be right there, going for a dive on the inside line. We're going to go for a switchback line up the inside. We've managed to get back now into space. We've actually finding some really good traction in this T20. Now coming now into the first corner chicane. Now trying to find a way on the inside. It gives us a bit of a nudge, run us out wide. And now that's one way to take opposition. But now we're going to get the good traction. Now we can keep it side by side now. Coming into the second hairpin, can we side by side now on the inside, and then manage to dive bomb around this, and we keep it on the inside, and we've taken them out. So now we need to wait for them to get back going again. We drop back down to P4, and we've actually got quite a gap now in front of us, so yeah, we definitely waited there for quite a bit longer than what we actually needed to. Now moving a bit further on, we're still in P4, and actually they made a bit of a mistake in front of us now. We're trying to pull side by side now with this Wagner. We made the move on the inside of the Wagner. We're back up now into the podium positions, but now it's just a question of where's the cars in front of us? Where's second and first? How far in front are they? And there's a few dots on the mini-map, but I don't know if that's 25th or whatever place they were. There's a red Wagner in front of us. Looks like they've got it wrong completely again. And actually, that was second place. We're up now into P2. And now surely we're just trying to put our foot down now. We can try and chase down after the leader. Going through these corners, this is where we have the advantage over the Wagner is thing. So through the slower speed corners, for some reason this car's just working a lot better. And now we're still in second place, now a bit further on, and it can't be much longer left to go in this race. There's a car facing the wrong way, we've got to be going a bit slowly. This might actually be the leader of the race, so this one is going to have a massive mistake. There's just a roadblock and we've taken out the leader out of the way. Is this the leader? We've taken someone out, or is it the lead? That was the leader. That's, well, that's not how I was actually planning on taking the lead of the race, but by racing rules, they had the crash first. They'd already crashed, and I was too close to them to actually do anything about it. So by racing rules, I legally took the lead of the race. I didn't have to wait for them because I took them out. So now we can just try and consolidate this now for the next 2/3 of the lap. So if we can just keep it on the track, then I think we should actually be able to go on and win the race. Now moving a bit further on to the end of the final lap, now coming towards the end of the lap, we've got a car in front of us now. This is a back market car in front of us now. This completely turned into us. What are you doing? Well, I'm not waiting for you. You just completely turned into me. Now we're going for the boost here now on the outside, trying to gain all the speed that we can. Come back over the checkpoint, you get a bit airborne, and we just managed to land it facing the right direction. That could have been race over. We could have just absolutely thrown away the race win there. Doing something actually quite a stupid way to win the lead of the race. But now coming around the final corner, we got from 20th to 1st in 4 laps, and that's how it's done. Not the cleanest of ways, but a win's a win. And taking a look at the end results, we would take the victory. A second clear of Bon Cat Boy in second, and Ribbo would finish in third. I think that's the guy we actually kind of took out. I can't pronounce who came home in fourth, but they're in a Wagner, with Infreight in fifth in a Nero Custom. Then we have Tom in sixth, Itan in seventh, Vankwolf in eighth, Ben in ninth, and Solara rounding off the top 10, with Fam in 11th, Mike 12th, M 13th, Jim in 14th, I can't pronounce it, came in 15th, Karting 16th, and then Elite Sniper rounding off the results that we can see. So that's been 2 pretty much last to first challenges, and I've won them both. And that won't happen again for a very long time, I imagine. So if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and definitely hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And I'll see you all next time.